Welcome to Business Concern, the topic, discovering the owner agreement for your business. Where there is a small or medium-sized business with more than one owner, there is an owner agreement. It may not be obvious. In most cases, it is not written. But for any multi-owner business, the owner agreement must be there for the business to function. To start a business, there must be agreement about the business entity to use, the initial capital, the basic governance, and the operating functioning of the business. In various documents regarding these matters, there will be writing documenting the decisions made by the owners. But most owners do not document the basic strategy that has led them to business ownership. Most of the time, business owners understand very little about what motivates other owners of the business, and conversations among owners will not be about strategy, but about urgent operational decisions. Owners often make assumptions about the motivation of other owners, and conflicts arise when these assumptions prove false. When the owners must make decisions about important issues involving funding, changing consumer behavior, training and development of management, succession, including buy-sell provisions, technological investment, and regulatory compliance, especially regarding tax issues, the motivations of the owners will have a significant influence on the decisions the owners will make. Think about the businesses you know where conflict among the owners has stymied the success of the business or caused it to go out of existence. It is important for the success of your business to discover and document an owner agreement that anticipates the foreseeable decisions the owners will have to make for business success. Most businesses do not have a documented owner agreement because it requires consistent effort to negotiate such an agreement. Often the subject matter is difficult to discuss, and the pressures of operating an owner-managed business make it difficult to find the time needed to accomplish the task. However, the success of businesses where the owners have documented an owner agreement indicates the benefit of taking on the task. There is a detailed description of how to adopt the prior diligence strategy and use dynamic planning in the Owning a Business Substack at rickrebusel.substack.com. As with most complex and difficult tasks, it is best to use a segmented approach and address the various issues one at a time. The issues that owners must discuss and agree upon can be generally described. The motivations of each owner should be addressed in a written strategy for the business. The entity type of the business should be understood in terms of liability and tax consequences for each owner. Any grouping of owners, such as family or seniority, and the concerns of any such group should be described, and appropriate restrictions should be put into place. The governance of the business, including who will make policy and who will be the chief executives, should be set forth. The events or triggers that will cause one or more owners to transfer interests in the business should be defined. The procedure of the transaction occurring after each type of trigger, including funding and payment, should be provided for in detail. For each transaction, the price of the interest transferred should be defined. If the business will act as a buyer in certain procedures, then the means of the business accumulating the funds for the transactions should be addressed. The final task is the consolidation of the decisions into one coherent written document. There should be a meeting of the owners and appropriate stakeholders to discuss each one of these general issues. For each issue, there should be a separate meeting. The meetings should be held at regular intervals. The results of the meetings must be documented in writing. Where issues are technical or outside resources would be helpful, they should be utilized. There is a detailed description of how to implement an owner agreement in the Owning a Business Substack. The documented decisions resulting from these discussions among the owners, as consolidated into one coherent document, will constitute an owner agreement and the primary planning for the business. My name is Rick Rebusel. I'm the Principal Consultant of Business Transition Consulting. I appreciate your attention.